next week, Monday the 17th, is World Prematurity Awareness or World Prematurity Day. And I wanted to tell my story of how I had my son at 28 weeks while I get my hair done because I just washed it and it has to get done. At 28 weeks, I went into the hospital because I was having like excruciating pain on my upper right quadrant of my stomach. I had called my doctor's office a day or two before and I had told them about the weird pain that I was having, and they called me back and told me that it looks like I was having a stomach virus and that I should go on a bread white whatever diet, like eating just white rice and toast and just stuff to dry up my stomach because I was gonna have a stomach virus. So I was like, okay, I'll do that. So 2 days I think go by and I'm still having this excruciating pain in my stomach, on my upper right quadrant of my stomach, and I was already on bed rest because my blood pressure was already high. So on a Saturday morning, I think it was like 2 in the morning, I wake up in excruciating pain and I wake up my husband and I tell him, we gotta go. So I go to the hospital and they do some blood tests and they had asked me to collect my urine the day before. So I brought that in the day before. And so I guess they must have gotten the results and they're like, yeah, you're staying. I'm calling the doctor. They call the doctor and he comes with a very concerned look on his face. And he said, you need to have this baby today. You are about to have seizures, so we need to get this baby out today. So I had my son at 28 weeks and it was a long, scary road. And I don't wish that on anyone. Honestly, that is like the worst thing ever. He was born weighing 2 pounds and 14 ounces, something like that. He was so tiny. His whole body fit here in the middle of my chest when I was able to carry him like a week later. After he was born, he had to go to a different hospital than the one that I was at because the one I was at did not have a NICU. So he had to get transported in an ambulance to a separate hospital. And my husband, I told him, don't worry about me. Go with our son and I'll take care of myself. Like, I'll deal with myself. You need to go be with him. We need somebody there. And obviously I couldn't go because I just had a C-section. So I'm like, you go, I stay. And he was sending me pictures from the NICU when he was over there. When I was in my room, one of the nurses that was in the hospital operating room with me, she's like, do you know how bad you were in like your condition wise? And I'm like, nope, all I know is that I was having pain and I did not want to have my son at 28 weeks. I wanted them to leave him so he can be there to at least 36 weeks so he can be like kind of full term. Like at that point you're like more for full term, everything's developed. And we actually didn't find out the sex of the baby till he was born because I didn't want to find out till the day he was born because we already had a boy and the girl. So I just wanted that to be the surprise for when he was born. So my son spent almost 80 days in the NICU. It was like 78 days. It was a roller coaster. Some days he was doing good. Some days he was doing bad. He needed a few blood transfusions during the whole process. And it was me crying every day. Every day I went to the NICU. Every day I was crying. I didn't want to talk to anyone in the hospital, like just the nurses, but I didn't go to any of the group meeting things that they would do just to help the moms. And now I wish I did go because right now I still do suffer from PTSD from that whole experience. Whenever I see a pregnant woman, I like start to freak out just because all I can think of is, you know, the stuff that I went through, which was horrible. But he was in the NICU for 78 days. He came home. He was born in March. He came home in the middle of May, and he is doing absolutely amazing. He is 12 years old. He would not, like, you see him and you would not think that he was a premature baby, but he is doing great in school. He is such a loving, caring little boy. Well, big boy, because he's already taller than me, but he is doing amazing, and we are very proud of everything that he's accomplished so far and the way that he is. He is just a lovable little kid. I was hoping one day he would become a doctor to help people in the NICU and stuff, but he does not want to do that. He wants to do, like, create video games or something. So yeah, that was my premature story for my son. I forgot to mention that the nurse did tell me once I get better to Google HELP syndrome. So she said, Google that, and that's what I had. I had HELP syndrome. So I was having issues seeing. When I would look down, nothing looked flat. It looked like there was dips in the streets when I was trying to walk. So my vision was messed up for close to a month, I want to say, and my blood pressure didn't go back down for almost 2 months. I was on blood pressure medication from before having my son, because they had put me on some when they saw my blood pressure was high, and it didn't go away till like maybe 2 months after he was born. So that was another adventure there. And also, I did get to see my son before they took him to the other hospital. They didn't take me to the operating room till the ambulance was close by to take him. So before they took him, they brought him to my bedside, and I was able to touch him a little bit through the incubator, and then they whisked him away. And I had a phone call from the hospital he was going to be at asking if I was okay with him getting blood transfusions and donated breast milk. And of course I said yes, because I told them, you need to do whatever you have to do to keep my son alive.